We're speaking to Jamie about how he went from chronic fatigue and a hole in the skull to an entrepreneur who's juggling 6 companies with Shilajit. It's said to be a natural Viagra, and some people even said it's like a healthy cocaine. Let's dig into Shilajit.
I wanted to get into Shilajit for a little while. I've been on Tantra scene and all this kind of stuff for about a decade. So then there's an element of this being crossed into in the Tantra scene from whatever ancient passings and so on. So that was there. But at the time I was running a startup that I wasn't earning a lot of money. So being able to source Shilajit at the time was quite difficult because the costs weren't working for me. And then when I started the Temple Products business, I had a little bit more income and I was looking to try and get some. And just so happened that the guy that I was working with, who lived in India for a while, he also had some while I was waiting for mine to come. So he ended up saying, try some of mine. And instead of the little bits that you have, he gave me a big bit. And I remember holding on to the side of my kitchen and going, wow, because you can really feel this stuff. Now, Shilajit is anti-fatigue as one of the key pieces because it's so rich in iron, but it's anti-aging, it's anti-Alzheimer's, antiviral, it's immune system boosting, libido boosting, helps teeth, nails. It also helps remove heavy metals. Now, I originally wanted to get it because of the fatigue story, because I've got a scar here and I've got a scar here and I've got a hole in my skull here. And I received a traumatic brain injury from a snowboarding accident over 10 years ago. And so when you come out of a traumatic brain injury, you get chronic fatigue quite quickly. So I could drive a car and be exhausted. So the idea of then looking for alternatives that then would be able to keep me propped up became a piece, to which then Shilajit was the natural one. And obviously I couldn't get it. But now that I take it, I mean, I'm running 6 businesses at the moment. So it's like there's a lot of stuff that I can juggle and do. And so this stuff, it's 3,000 years old, so it's used in Sanskrit texts, so you can go up into the Himalayas, and apparently the story is, and could be real, could not be real, but a group of anthropologists, this is the westernized discovery story, a group of anthropologists went over to study something, a tribe or a group of monks or some mountain dwelling humans, and then they got fascinated by this pack of monkeys. And there were 2 groups of monkeys, 2 tribes, and one of them was normal monkey energy levels and one of them was just like extreme and hardcore and chaotic. And so they followed these ones and they followed them up to this place where they found at the top of this mountain range that these monkeys were eating Shilajit. Now Shilajit comes out, it oozes out of high altitude mountain ranges in the summer months, in Nepal, the Altai Mountains, in the Himalayas, in the Andes, in various parts of Mongolia, in all these other kind of unique mountainous spots. So it's kind of been brought into Western culture by the fact that then this is a highly energizing thing. Yet for 3,000 years, you know, the Himalayan folk have just taken this with their yak's milk and a bit of honey as a tradition for forever. So, you know, it does a whole lot of things, and I've said it's very sticky, resinous. I don't know if you can see this, but like you see a lot of stuff on Instagram now these days and people pull it out and it looks like honey. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be very thick and dense. There's 84 trace minerals and nutrients in this stuff. This is the party palatable version because this tastes like diesel. Like I've said, it's pre-fossil fuel, fossil fuel. So if this is organic material, heat and pressure, millions of years to get crude oil. This is 1,000 years into the mix. It's water soluble, so you just dissolve it in your water, in your oat milk, in your whatever. Get as witchy as you like. Add cacao, do whatever, blah 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 blah. And that's where this has kind of come about as well. So this is made through then mixing various herbs, organic root herbs and so on together to then create a tea, to then blend in with this, and then that has how you get a nice flavor profile. And that's a delivery mechanism, because I've been in clubs and I've had this with me and it's been cold enough and I've just picked out, and you can rub it into a little ball. It's sticky as fuck, but then you pop it into someone's mouth, so you can just feed people like this, and then that gives people lifts. But it's not the same as serving it per se. Yes.
You mentioned it, but anything more, say, like, how does it make you feel? You said energetic.
Energizing.
But like,
certainly.
you're at the club.
Yeah. So
Take me a piece of it.
I say on because you've got this energy. You're going. Yeah, you can dance, and I love dancing. So I've just got the opportunity to keep on dancing, and I don't get bored of needing to get a drink or go for a cigarette or do any of these other bits. You can just get very much these. I mean, all of the products that we're doing here are really to encourage for a higher sense of embodiment. So that then I'm more, it's like when you take MDMA or ecstasy or something like that, which is not cocaine, because cocaine is very ego-driven and head. Whereas you take MDMA and you're like, wow, everything, this. All of the other stuff, the CBD, pleasure enhancement, everything does embodiment, so that then you're in your body more. And so when I am taking this, I am not thinking about what I need to be doing or what's going on. I am very much in the present, very much in the moment, very much enjoying myself, vibing with whatever. And this gives me more energy, and that, energy like attracts like. So lots of people who have that energy or want to, they'll be like, yeah, cool. And then, you're in, because so many people are in their phones these days, usually. So then when you find someone who's got energy, then you vibe, because you want to, you kind of boring all these people in their phones. So then and so then that is what builds, and then other people are like, oh, these guys are having a good time, cool. And then you can kind of fan the flame like that, I guess.
How is one supposed to consume it? Like, how often? And
So this is 30 grams. 0.3 is a green pea size. You can have that once or twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. I only really, except when I'm serving and partying or whatever, I only have it once in the morning. Maybe I have a little bit more than 0.3 grams, because I'm used to it and I love it. But the idea is that it's water soluble. So you get it, you mix it in with a little bit of water, or you mix it in with a little bit of milk, or a little bit of whatever you want to mix it with that makes it taste to your liking. And then you shot it, or you can have it in a full, mug. You can put it in your coffee, you can put it in your tea, whatever you really like, but it's just to dissolve it into water. Unless, of course, like we mentioned earlier, you can pick a bit out. I mean, it tastes strong, but I lick the spoon, It's like you can spoon it out, and then you've got this semi-bitter, diesel, earthy tasting thing. But it's, you know what it's doing for you. You know what it's good. And so that's how you can go.